Hello, I'm Oatmeal Random. Welcome to another episode of the weekly Monday Night Oatmeal show. I got a request to talk about some of the people I met in jail in 2012. The one time I was in jail ever in my life. One time. So far, one time I was in prison. So I thought I would spend a second talking about that from the top of my head. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. I mean, other than that, I could talk about my week. And today was Labor Day. We went over to some places with some people. Some people ate some food, and it's a typical thing that some people do, gathering with people from ministries that you are part of, kind of thing. And other than that, I've been doing some typical stuff that I've been doing. Normal stuff that I've been doing on and off in my room on my computer and everything. And then just a bunch of other stuff too on top of that. And I can't think of it. I mean, I can't really think about what I did this week. I wrote it down so I could probably tell you. If I wanted to, I could read it. But from the top of my head, it's just all very fake. And similarly, as like my life during those 2 weeks in prison in 2012, the last 2 weeks of July, it's a bit of a haze, a bit of a mango haze, like a cough that doesn't go away. Um, so, so I'm in a place in some kind of jail in Hillsboro, Oregon. I talked about this in some other videos, and like the people I remember, there's a variety of people, different colors, all men. I think like all the men are together, so they don't mix. It's not co-ed, and white people, black people, Mexicans, probably I don't know, lots of different kinds of people I think, but probably mostly white people, probably. And I think there was like one guy that talked about like something happened, and he was like innocent, and something crazy happened, and somehow he ended up in prison. And he says allegedly like he's innocent. I forget the details. So it's like when I look back at my life in prison, ooh, what I remember is like a bad dream kind of thing. Uh, it's really hard to remember because I just remember like doing a lot of thinking about my life and reading some books and watching the TV and walking around. And they have a little place where people can walk, and it's sort of like you're outside but not outside because it has a ceiling and it has walls that goes up pretty high. But there's a little bit of sunlight, and so I'm just like going through the routines of. I mean, there's not a lot. It's just like there's 3 meals a day, and then there's the like you're stuck in your room. One person usually is like one person per room, so I didn't have to share my room with anybody. Most of the time for the first like 13 days, and then somebody bailed me out. But then I had one more day left that I had to serve, so then I had to go back. And for my last day in jail, I was in another place where there's like it's like a bunch of beds all together, and it was just like a different kind of place. It wasn't the same area. I was in another area of the jail, and so it's like things were different there. And it was just like a bunch of beds all in one room. But for the most part, for the first 13 days, it was like I was all by myself in a room, and everybody had their own rooms that would lock, and you're locked in there until it's free time, and then you have the free time. You go out into the lobby area, and then like sometimes you talk. Like I talked to a few people, and I think some people might have said something like they're innocent, but I just can't remember the details. But it's really hard to say. But I imagine that some people are somewhat innocent or whatever it might be, like a little bit innocent, a little bit guilty, but it's like what is fair, what is not fair. Like some of the laws out there are crazy. There's like, for example, there's some blue laws. They call it blue, the color blue. Blue laws are like laws that are like weird, or they're like archaic, like they're no longer applicable. Maybe they're no longer enforced, depending on the state and the city, the jurisdiction. But it's just crazy because it's like, what is a good law to have? What is a bad law to have? Like what kind of rules are good, and you have the rules and the laws and the codes and the acts, all these different kinds of things. And it's like, where do you draw the line? And then how do you enforce it? And then how do you punish people when they break the law? And what happens if you're not really enforcing the laws equally among everybody, like they do on social media? If you're selectively enforcing you're enforcing the rules for some people but not for other people, like that's terrible. Anyways, I just wanted to say that I talked to people kind of a little bit during those 2 weeks in jail, and had some conversations, but I can't really remember the details. Very mango hazy in my brain. Mango haze, ah, rah, rah, rah. So I don't know. No. So I guess there's not a lot I can do about that, unless if we could like run into people who knew me, who could be like, oh yeah, I remember you. I was serving time, or waiting for my trial to begin when I saw Oatmeal in prison, and he was doing his Austin Powers impersonation. Yeah, baby, yeah. How does that feel, baby? Lower? How does that feel, baby? Do I make you horny? Do I make you Nelly?